There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. He was selecting the wrong microphone for some reason. What is up? What is good? What's up, Ken? What's up, Mitchell? How's RAR? Pretty decent. We haven't had any chances for tower fights yet, but hopefully that changes soon. Our allies have tower fought twice up here. They did a push, what was it, the first day? Then they did another push today around, what would it have been, like 14 UTC, same time as the Chainsaw Zombies when we did it earlier, when I put that video out. So, yeah. Yeah. Uh, Sorry, I was just checking a message real quick. So, G14, we pushed. Oh, you pushed them? That video was sick. Oh, sick. Thank you. I saw Azure rallied your shelter yesterday when you were close to their tower. How did that go? Yeah, I could show you. One sec. I kept the reports. Who were you in Azure? Are you guys gold? Or who are you in Azure? Who are you in G14? You guys gold? Or are you guys Jade? Those are the only two I see that pushed. Yeah, I got rallied. Was these ones here. These are the ones. So that was one of them. This is the other one. This one was 4 rallies. This rally got messed up. We swarmed the shit out of it. Or our Legion swarmed the shit out of it. But it was like right. Where's the coordinates at on this? It was like right here in front of Azure. So it was fun. S897 green. Oh, okay, nice. You guys push Crimson back. People are fighting. Death or conveniently enough life. Are you in the stream by chance? I'll double check before I do his account review. Let's see messages back. Oh. Oh, okay. What up? What up? Sorry, I'm just checking. Got a text message that I was replying to. I'm also just checking my timer on when I gotta give the little one medicine again. I got an hour and a half. We're good. Okay. So. Oh shit, that's actually pretty nice. Damn. Damn. Okay, so let's look at yours. Now walk me through this real quick, Life. Are you, I don't remember offhand, and I'm not in the, I could tab over to the Discord, but I'm not looking at the Discord chat currently. Um, what role is it that you play? Is it just field, right? Maybe Vice went to work on. Yeah, you didn't really call it out. I can't remember from our previous conversations. Yeah, what roles that you typically play? Is it just field? Rider. Holy shit, you're 5 ridered all the way across, huh? Less than that, because I think you don't have one of the sets. Yeah. Rider main field only. Okay. That's fine. Um, I mean, you know the lingo. You probably don't have any of the bad hones on this stuff, right? Yeah, so you're fine there. So your hones are fine. Nothing to worry about there. Let's look at your pairings. Who would you say that you typically run? Like, do you have a fifth armament set? You just don't have it equipped, or do you only run 4 sets for the field currently? Or how many marches do you run for the field? I guess this is probably the best first question to ask. Let me. Whoa, music is loud. Just put something in the background. Tab back over to this one. Top four. Okay, so these are the marches that you run in the field. You run 4 pairings. Okay. Okay. That looks good. That looks good. I would switch Chasey to in front of Felix, so then Felix gets advantage of the talent here. 5th is just 2 minutes. Okay, I got you. So I would put Chasey in front, so then she procs her rage skill. You get the bonus skill damage, and then Felix can take advantage of that. That's the first thing that I would change. I would actually run Bella Elena here. And then run Daryl Claude. And I would do Daryl Claude on your weakest armament set. And then, yeah, I would keep the rest the way that it is. So, again, Chasey in front of Felix, Bella Elena on damage, Daryl and Claude on your weakest set. Because Daryl will get consistent damage with his AoE, but he has a very tanky setup. There's only a few Rider heroes that actually have defense in their kit, and he's one of them. So this defense in his kit and sustain will help to keep your debuff March alive with Claude. And so this just becomes like your AoE threat / primarily your debuffing and buffing squad for your other marches. So you'll get AoE, some AoE out of this, but primarily the debuffing and buffing. Your primary form of damage will come from AoE here. Then you'll have the 2 single target damage threats with Bella Elena and Chasey Felix. Let's see. I would hard pivot here and just make sure you get your rider parts finished out before you do the backpack, since you're running only riders. Damage attack. I don't know if you can warrant it. If you can, I would switch these 3 pieces for damage plus attack. You can get like a purple damage piece that's, you know, like 2% or sub 2%. And aim to have damage attack and at least attack up top. Attack or skill damage, either one. You could even take basic attack damage up top like this. That's fine too. So target skill damage, basic attack damage, or attack up top, and then damage and attack in the bottom. Can I see that talent tree for Chasey? Yeah, I don't know. This is my garrison one. Field-wise, you'd probably run something like this. I like this one because then you get like another debuff. Like riders don't have a bunch of debuffs that they have. They have a few, but mostly like damage taken on the enemy. Like Bella, for example, increases the damage that they take. You get some other debuffs like with Claude, for example. But there isn't too many debuffs that are going out, so where you can get some debuffs on riders, I would still do it. So a few points here is pretty nice. I like this one just because it's a lot of sustain, but if you wanted to switch that over to travel speed, that's fine too. You can't really go wrong either way. You either get a boost when you're less than 50%, which can help you, get away so you can save some resources and stuff, or you just take raw, less damage from like AoE and stuff, which also does the same thing. You just spend less resources and speed up healing and stuff. So either one, can't really go wrong either way. But yeah, I like this talent or perk. Let me glance at your thing. So that's what I would do there. Yeah, your equipment, if you can warrant it, I would aim for damage and attack, and then attack, basic attack damage or skill damage up top. And that's going to be for your helmet, device, and vest. So just an example on what to get. Go to auction house, filter. If you can try to get something that's gold, but we would go for attack, basic attack, skill damage dealt. I would do one of these 3, so you can check mark all 3 of them. Do gold. I would do it on these 3 pieces. And I would say target rider squad damage for each one. And then you can just come into here. Sort this to the lowest. And we're going to look for one with rider plus rider damage plus attack, which I don't know why I just stopped right there, but there may not be any in here at this price. We might need to drop it down to the purple one, but I like to go through here just to see if we can snipe any of them. Basically getting any of them for like dirt cheap, And sometimes you get lucky. Most of the time you don't. But I think I shared one of the images earlier. Sometimes you get lucky, so you can switch this down to purple, and that's fine too. And then this one, if you do go purple on damage, I probably wouldn't go higher than like maybe 300 gold on the piece. I would do like 500 or 600 if you can snipe it on the gold. So like this, for example, you have skill damage up top, attack and damage. That would be like what you're going for for 200. Let's see. Find another piece. Actually, here, let me do this first. I'll just follow this. Bunch of defenses. Don't want that. A lot of rider range too, goodness. Oh, that's defense. So be picky with it, but if you're gonna look for pieces to build up, you got to be picky with it. You have to, especially if it's your money or resources being spent. You could do squad attack. This one has basic attack damage, so squad attack is okay, not ideal. Preferably you have rider attack because it's a lot cheaper to upgrade. So yeah, this would be a good piece here. Counter damage taken, reduction, skill damage dealt, damage attack, and it's a plus 11. This one's a gold. Same thing here. That'd be a good one. So yeah, you can just go through, pick up some pieces like that. You can unfavorite the squad one. Yeah, so like this would be like your new helmet, for example. This would be, oh, not that. Where's the, this would be like your new device, or even this one. This one's pretty nice. It's gold. I mean, it's 500 gold, but yeah, you get the attack up top. I mean, that already, you could get this up to 3% on a plus 20, which you can get plus 20 for a few hundred gold as well. Those are selling for that you dismantle and upgrade this for dirt cheap. So this would already be pushing you like 8% attack almost, 2.3% damage. And you do that all the way around, you'll be sitting at close to or right at 10% damage. But if you want like raw attack, like say you were at like 5% or 4, we'll call it 4.5%, 4.5% on each of them, 3% up top, 7.5%. I mean, you're looking at what? Like 32% attack, 10% damage. And you can do it really affordably as well too. Really affordable. Sure, I got you. Yeah, you just gotta keep trying, buddy. Is this you, Elijah? Is this you? If this is you, Elijah, yeah, you just gotta keep trying until you find an alliance. Tell me if my squad equipment beast combos is ideal. Especially as a garrison main and rally alt. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got you. Hold on, I'll come to you in just a sec. Let me finish out lives real quick. So that's what I would do in the equipment. Your vehicles, you're already up at 22 and 12 on this. I would take a hard pause here. Get these other ones up to level 6. So I'm gonna give you the order on this, right, Life? You're gonna go 6 on all these. You're gonna come back and get this to 16 under rider defense. Then you'll double back, get the other ones to 12. And then you'll push that defense from 16 to 20. And then that should give you some time to figure out what you want to do after the fact. But again, all these to level 6. This one to level 16. All these to level 12. This level 20. And then from there you can kind of take a pause and see what it is you want to do at that point. Can you share them 3? Yeah, I can do that. Let me just glance to see which ones are what. Oh yeah, we don't want the squad attack one. I was going to say there was another one I wanted to unfollow. So I'd get that one. You could take your choice between these two. I mean, this one's, well, I'd probably take that one over that one. Let's see, damage 1.9, skill damage. Yeah, I mean, it's 0.4% more on attack, so it's like 25% better on damage, plus you get the attack at already gold. So I'd get that one as well. Let me take a look at vests real quick, see if we can find one for you. Okay, purple. Rider damage. So you can find you one of these. Once you find one of these for you, we'll take a look at your account as well. Just want to give you at least some pieces that you can use for baseline upgrading. Defense. I mean, these are already getting pretty pricey. Maybe I would probably wait on the vest. I wouldn't go any lower than a purple on damage at the moment. I also wouldn't change any of these three. Like, you have to be picky, so it just doesn't seem like there's any good vests in there right now for you. Let me double check and see if I have any. If I have any, I'll just list it for dirt cheap, and you can get it as well. Vest. Damage reduction, attack. I think I can do Rider squad damage. Oops. Rider squad damage. So I don't have any Rider squad damage plus attacks. Otherwise, I would just give you. But yeah, you'd look for something like this. I didn't get in the top bonuses on it because I rarely use my Rider for field, so I wasn't too particular picky. But I wanted those damage plus attack stats. But I would just keep looking. Something similar to the ones that I sent you. Oh, holy shit. Congrats. It's a huge craft to get the double. Congrats. Okay, let's finish out on yours real quick, and then we'll go over to Zeus. Vehicle-wise, so we went over your vehicles. The equipment-wise, you know, you're just missing the one piece now. Make sure you get your rider parts to white first. And then, yeah, upgrade your vehicle in that sense. I'm trying to think. Beasts. So you're going to run 4 pairs of beasts. You got crit. Your physicals are together. What I'd probably do here is I'd actually put your bull with your jelly here and your pango with your rhino, just because this procs off of combo. This one uses combo as well, and these two are crit based. So just to have them proc more, I would probably run rhino, pango, and jellyfish bull. Doesn't necessarily matter which one leads and stuff because they're not gold ones, so it's not like it's too crazy of a difference. I'd probably lead with these ones, so I'd probably run rhino in front of pango and jelly in front of and bull in front of bull. But other than that, the rest of them look good. Chips are just a work in process. So yeah, so minor changes. Yeah, jelly and bull and rhino and pango on that one. Couple changes on your heroes, but your armaments look good. Your pairings look good for the most part. Vehicle, you're in the right track. Got a couple pieces to upgrade there, and you kind of got the a guideline for your equipment. Any other questions, by the way, Life, before going on to the next one? Anything else you want me to help you with on that? What do you reckon I should start with? Beast chips, parts, or equipment? Parts, I feel like you get parts a lot over time naturally. Like you get like the parts contest here, which even if you're not buying any of the others, you'll still get parts materials. You get the parts materials from District Showdown. I'm fairly certain you get some from in here as well, don't you? Yeah, Rally's Call, you'll get some as well. I think from the store. Maybe not from the store, actually. I don't know. But anyways, you'll naturally get a lot of parts anyways from just like other random side events and stuff anyways. So I would say like that would be your least priority. Just passively get those up. You don't have to fight or hyper focus on that. Beast chips, same thing. I feel like with the beast chips, you have like some of the other events, like you have Biohazard Frenzy, but you have that other one where you do the team of 4 and you can get some beast rewards there. You get some of the beast chips from some of the free events or the collab events or whatever they are. Just there's certain events that you get those as well. But the refineries type stuff, refinery stuff is like it's targeted spending. I would do the refinery first and foremost. There's no luck involved with that other than your luck to find a good piece being sold for cheap. Other than that, then it's just the only other luck is finding cheap pieces to upgrade it with, but there's no like roulette based system involved or any like you spend some money, you don't get any return kind of thing. So I would do that. Good evening, good night, Baguette. Appreciate you being here. And then after that, I would probably focus on beasts, and the last part being your parts, because again, you probably get parts the most, and passively. Elena or Bella? I would actually probably lead with Elena, because Elena does damage over time. I think, like, what is it, like 3 seconds, I think she does, or 5 seconds? Yeah, 3 seconds. So she will deal damage to the target over the next 3 seconds. So if you proc this and then use Bella, then the talent that comes into play here for the 7.5% bonus skill damage, since it's not damage over time for Bella, it's like just a single hit. This will be increased by 7.5%, but then you'll still get the 7.5% bonus for all of this, the 5,400 damage factor, because it lasts for 6 seconds, and her skill only requires 3 seconds. So 1 second delay, and then 3 seconds. So you only need 4 seconds total for Elena, and that talent covers 6 seconds, so you'll be fine there, but then also Bella can take advantage of it. For Z, his beasts when garrisoned are his main damage. Yep. I would say so for the most part, yes. Chips are making garrisons and rallies very OP. They absolutely are. You either have them or you don't. And yeah, it does make a huge difference for sure. There's a lot of penetration damage. Like this, for example. Do I have another one where it's like, yeah, like even like this, right? This is even worse. If I go to like combat log here and I go to what's a 6 second increment, like 36 seconds. Let's see if there's any like one of these where it's just particularly large. 43, 48, that's a 6 second increment. So you come down here. Boyd deals 1,700 troops worth of kills on a basic attack, 2,600 on a counter attack. Let's see, that's a reflect damage. Sonic Pulse, that's reflect damage. Rift frequency, 35,000 kills with a skill. And then come down here, counterattack does another 2,700. But 15,000 troops killed from the skill, another 5,000 there, another 3,000 there. So it does, like, it's the same thing as having, like, another rage skill, basically. And in some cases, especially if they're, like, beasts are super weak, you can deal even a lot more than that. I think this one is a good example. Let me scroll down to when he was actually being, like, targeted by us. Somewhere around this point in the report, I think, is when he's being targeted. Yeah, 4,000 there, 5,000 there, another 17,000 there. Like, it's just a lot of damage if you're not circumventing the damage by having equal or stronger beasts. So, yeah, beasts are doing a lot of damage when it comes to garrisons and rallies for sure. Yep, no problem at all, buddy. Hold on, give me 1 sec. I'm going to do Zeus first. Zeus, are you still here in the live stream, by the way? Can you just drop me a quick message either in the game or in the live stream? Just let me know you're still here. We'll start diving into yours. Oh, damn. Yeah, so you've got the same beast thing going on. That's a good report. You got flank rally on that one, I assume? Okay, cool. All right, so let's dive into yours. So your request says, wondering if you'd help me take a look at my arena again and tell me if my squad equipment beast combos is ideal, if I'm leveling up my workshop like you suggest. So we'll probably look at workshop, your beast combos, and your squad equipment. So looking at this, looks like you're range, right? So you're running full range. Holy cow. Good for you. And then this is your main set. It looks like you got the new one. You got some rally homes in there. Are you just primarily... Oh, you got a garrison. You got garrison rally mixed. That would probably be the first thing that I address. You've got a good mix of both, which means that that's great in those scenarios, but it's not good at the same time in either of them. So if we tally this up, right, you got 2 garrison, 4 garrison... Yeah, 2 garrison, 4 garrison, 5 garrison. This thing always like bugs out for whatever reason. 6 garrison, so you got 6. So you have 6 garrison homes, right? Then how many rallies do you have? You have 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 6 and 5. So you got a total of 11 home slots. The problem is that this set is probably close to 7 mil. But in the field, if you take away 7 homes worth of power, including specifically like the red ones, you're probably running more like a 5.5 or 5.7 mil march instead of a 6.7 mil march. So you're hitting a lot, actually even less than that. You're probably at like 5.5 in the field. So you're really cutting in your combat efficiency when it comes to field. But then not only that, if you just look at like you playing a counter rally, if 5 of your homes are taken up by garrison homes and you're rallying, that's the difference of you having, if they were all red, 30% more attack, or times 65, like what is that, like 330 more lethality or 330 more block, or however you want to put it. And then same thing on the flip side. If you're in garrison, that's 35% less. Was it, you have 60, you have, yeah, so 30% less attack for garrison, or 330, and then whatever, what was it, 360 lethality or block less in garrison, or you get what I mean. Like you're really shooting yourself in the foot. So at that point, I would take and aim for gold hones that are squad or ranged lethality, block, attack, or defense, something that works in all scenarios. Because a hone slot that is 75% or even 50% the strength of what your red hone currently is, but is active 100% of the time, is far more effective than something that's 100% strong, but only works 33% of the time. So, and especially these events where 90% of the fighting that you do is based in the field, you're not always touching towers before middle opening, and the majority of the time you actually aren't. So you're not really taking advantage of those rally or garrison hones anyways, like when it comes to fighting for chainsaw zombies or gold scavs, that kind of a thing. It really shoots you in the foot if you're not doing that. That would be the main thing to target first and foremost. You'll see a huge power spike if you can address that first. Your actual hero pairs look good. There's nothing wrong with this at all. At all. Yeah, your hero pairs are really good. Your beast pairings, crit, combo, crit. The only one that I would probably switch here is I'd probably move this bull to in front of this bull, and then this rhino in front of this saber. That way you can keep crit with crit, combo with combo. Let's see if the chips support that claim first. You got counter crit. What is that, your 4th march? Yeah. Crit. I mean, yeah, you got primarily crit chips running around. But I would do that because this is going to proc off of a crit here. This is going to trigger primarily combo. So he gets like the plus 50 combo, those types of things. But you can see here that this last support skill on the purple one, when triggering a combo against a garrison target. So if you're swarming a target, for example, this comes into effect if it's paired with a combo beast. So it's like a small change. It's like a niche scenario, but you just want to keep it ideal for all your situations. So keep your crit with your crit and your combo with your combo. So then basically the way that the beast behaves, you're able to take advantage of all that. There is 0 combo on a rhino, so you'll never be able to take advantage of this. But in a scenario where, say, you're swarming something, the undead bull does naturally get combo, which then would allow it to trigger this. So it's like those very small niche situations, but it's small improvements, because otherwise you just don't take advantage of that skill at all. That's kind of the one thing. Chip wise, I mean, you're kind of like everybody else, including myself. They're just a work in progress. I wouldn't worry too much about that. You're all ranged, so this looks good. I would finish out with the white parts. I would range is unique. I would finish out the white parts here, but then I would immediately get the skill damage one, just because range is so skill damage based. And then depending on how much you garrison, if you garrison a bunch, then get the damage reduction one. If you don't garrison as much and you're primarily finding yourself rallying more often, I'd take the damage one. Damage attack. Let me ask you this, like, how often do you rally in garrison? Is it just like a straight 50-50 split, Or do you find yourself rallying, say, 60% of the time versus 40% garrison? Like, or like, what's kind of the ratio there? Is it just half the time you rally, half the time you garrison? Or do you have anybody else in the alliance that'll like primarily garrison and you primarily rally? How does that kind of look like for you guys in your alliance setup? Yeah, no problem. Hmm. Rally 60. Okay. Um, I I could make recommendations here for you for this, but they would be very small, subtle changes because the defense and damage reduction are important considering that you garrison almost half the time as well. If you said, "Oh, I full-fledged rally 80% of the time and only garrison say 20% of the time," like it was a larger drastic difference, then the defense and damage reduction becomes far less important because your AoE, for example, becomes your defense in garrison or anti-swarm when you're rallying. But because you're not rallying 80% of the time and it is really close to 50-50, I would keep this defense and damage reduction. And then the changes that you would make up top would be very costly to have to give up these pieces. So I'd say just keep these pieces. You have the defense here, you have the defense, you have skill damage dealt, which complements range. Same thing here. You have skill damage taken reduction. Yeah, I mean this is perfectly fine. The minor like marginal changes that you would make here wouldn't remotely come close to the justification for how much you would have to spend to swap those pieces. And especially considering where like your damage and damage reductions are all like 3% or higher, except for this piece. Yeah, I would leave it as is. Other than that, man, yeah, everything looks good. Your base is great. For vehicles, I was just adding squad damage recently. Yeah, well, whatever you did here, or like whatever your thought process was to get to this point, is good. I would just maintain this. You're on the right track, 100%. Um, as for garage 1716, I would get these four pieces to 12, because it'll be really cheap. You can get it from like the District Showdown pack events, to get the materials really quick. I would get these to 12, and then push these to 20, and then double back and get them to 16. And then from there, you can hard push these from 20 to like 24-ish. Around 23, like the end of 23, early 24 is when it becomes justified to move these other ones to 20. So again, in order, you'll get these four to level 12. You'll come back and get these two to level 20. Come back and get these to 16. And then push these to around like 23, 24. I'll let you kind of decide on that depending on how quickly you're able to get the garage materials. And then double back and get those others to 20. And you'll be able to incrementally get your firepower and protection like way up there, and reduce the cost. So, um, other than that, man, yeah, everything else looks good. Like the foundation looks good. Your hero pairs look good. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, you got the right heroes that you need for rally and garrison. Yeah, everything else looks good. No, dude. Like, so if you're doing like if you're going to straight level 20 and then keeping level 1 on the other ones, that's great if everybody had low garage. The problem is that if you look at the bracket that we're playing in, like for example, me and you are both in G7, right? And you guys are fighting the guys that have level 25 all around garages. Is he up here? Like Tandab, for example, right? Level 25 all the way around garages. The way the garage works is that the higher that your firepower is and the lower that their protection is, the wider the gap, the more of an advantage that they have. So it becomes less important about focusing on the attack and defense that you get from scaling these things all the way up as high as you can, because that's primarily what you're getting is the stat defense, or the stats like defense and attack for your troop, and more important about mitigating that barrage fire effect that they have, or increasing the amount of targets that you get barrage fire against. And the only way to do that is to increase your firepower and protection. And so you need to essentially raise those up as high as possible so you're not taking a bunch of extra bonus damage from those really strong accounts. While at the same time, if you run into accounts that aren't remotely as strong as you have a huge advantage as well on the firepower side. And then the attack and defense you're already going to get from your homes, your armaments, your basic attributes, your refinery, your hero skills, your hero talents, your squad equipment, your shelter skins, your squad skins. You get attack and defense from so many other places that the focus of Garage is not the attack and defense that you're getting, but just rather the firepower and protection. So, what's up, Stormy? How's it going, girl? Wait, I think I just threw that assumption out there. Are you a chick, Stormy? I know two Stormies in this game. One from GROP and another one that's in, is it X underscore X or XX or X underscore underscore O? It's like one of those alliances. There's a Stormy in there as well that I talked to. And one of you is a chick. One of you is a chick. This is what I wanted to know. Been focusing on total firepower and protection, but didn't you use more defense in the workshop more? Okay, yeah. So I can talk about the philosophy behind that. And actually, because of my ADHD, my music is distracting, so I'm going to turn this down for a sec. So the reason why I went full defense in mine, and it's not just infantry defense. You can see that my protection is way up there, right? But you can see that my infantry defense is 23. My range defense is 23 as well. My rider defense is 22 as well. So the reason why I did that, and I did start out the same way that I was telling you. I got these to level 20 first, and I started upgrading the other ones, that kind of a thing. The reason why I'm getting, at this point, I pivoted after I got these to level 20 and these to all level 12. I paused on the riders because for a while there, I didn't have a single rider march at all. I'm running one right now that's move speed riders with Maxwell, so I just left it, but that's the reason why I didn't do that one anymore. But I still follow the same philosophy, but I just essentially, when I got to the 20 or the 2020, and then 12, 12, 12, and I kept that one 11. Why I pivoted and started doing hardcore defense is that we saw a lot of teams drop from Apex into Elite, whether it be, big accounts selling off, or some of the bigger alliances splitting up, or some of the players like leaving alliances when there are fives left. And so we saw a lot of really strong and maxed accounts in G6 and G7, where we're always at, like that account that you guys are having a hard time with, right? That has max garage. And so I looked at it as, well, I'm never going to outspend, obviously, like a mega whale or whatever have you. So I'm never going to need to have really the firepower side. But if I focus on my resources and everything into beasts and get my beast really strong, which I did with a double OC set, then all I need to do is mitigate the barrage fire effect that they have. So I may not ever get a barrage fire benefit versus them, which is fine, but I can mitigate their barrage fire effect that they have and not spend nearly as much as they did in terms of pumping resources into garage. So I just try to close the gap on the protection side as much as I can. So now I'm up at like 4,900 or whatever protection. And I don't really care about the firepower piece. I'm getting all of my damage from beasts and the way that our alliance plays with killing the refillers and all that kind of stuff. And then I just focus like hardcore damage reduction to just mitigate as much damage as possible. So that's kind of the philosophy behind that, is that if I can't outspend you, I can at least mitigate the spending that you have by just targeting one single stat, basically targeting the advantage that you have in workshop. Yeah, man, no brother. No, holy shit, I can't talk. Yeah, brother, no problem at all. Yeah, man, not a problem. Okay, gotcha, Stormy. Gotcha. Sorry, I get my shit mixed up. I'm terrible with names. Um, told me about the garage last time. Normally I'm around G50 to G60. Do you think the idea is the same? Absolutely. Like the philosophy of like getting your firepower and protection up as high as possible on the least amount of like resource spend and stuff is applicable to anybody at any spend level. Whether you're just starting out, you're playing in the lower bracket, you're playing in high bracket, it doesn't really matter. You want to get the most impact for your account for the least amount of resources and spend that you have going into it. And when you run the numbers and run the math like me and Rox have, that's the best way to target getting your stats up as quick as possible. You may miss out on, say, like 10% more attack or defense, whatever have you, but because you're raising your firepower and protection more or at a faster rate, every 100 firepower protection you get is the equivalent to one squad attack or squad defense. So it narrows that gap of like how much in just raw attack or defense stats that you're getting anyways, while still getting the benefit of increasing your multiplier and your damage reduction multiplier as well. Range is tricky because it is damage based. In infantry, you are versatile because all you need, preferably, is squad blocker, defense, hones to be good in both round and garrison, meant to be tanky. Yes and no. You do scale harder with offensive stats for ranged. However, you don't want to just be a complete glass cannon. You can deal all the damage in the world, but at the end of the day, this game is an attrition based game. So the way that you win events, when you think about it at its core, is outlasting your opponent. Because you could sit there all day long, and even if the trades are horrible, you can sit in a tower all day long. It doesn't really matter. But because the trades are horrible, you're losing your troops at a faster rate than they are. And when you run out of troops and nobody's able to refill because everyone's troops are gone, that's how you essentially lose, right? So yes, you can deal a lot of damage if you just hyper focus raw, attack or lethality, that kind of a thing. But from a garrison perspective, if you're still losing a very high amount of troops as well, even though you're dishing out a lot of damage, then your risk to run the attrition issue or run into attrition issues where you can't outlast your opponent is still very much present in there. So you don't want to just completely neglect or dismiss any defensive stats for ranged, even if they are or have a 20% base attack stat advantage, for example. So you can see like their base attack stat is 254 versus say infantry who is 208. So they have that 20% base attack stat advantage. So, offensive stats are 20% more beneficial for range than infantry troops. Yes, that supports the claim. But again, you still run into the issue of being a glass cannon at that point, and your attrition rate goes through the roof as well if you're not mitigating damage also. And because of the way that things like diminishing returns works, you can take small amounts of defense and damage reduction and get your maximum gain and reduce the amount of essentially diminishing returns, reduce the amount of diminishing returns like that you run into. Because you're not isolating that stat or hard focusing on it, you can get a huge amount of gain in terms of like damage reduction and stuff by taking a small amount of it, and then hyper focus the rest of your priority into that offensive stat. For Beast OC chips, what is the better daily pack or getting double of the current Beast event? Um, the daily pack one, this one is actually like very, if you do this one, the mystery safe one, this one is very value worthy. This one is also very value worthy if you just target the 250 rolls. But then you can also use the 2x coupon on the one that gives you 50 OC chips or 50 OC chip fragments for 100 or for 10,000 gold. If you do a 2x coupon on that one, that one's also one of the best ones to get, if not the best one, because you get 100 OC chip fragments for 10,000 gold. And I think that one's the best value one if you have the 2x coupon. If you don't, I don't think that one's really worth it. Thanks for your reply, Z. In the game, my nickname is Mr. Lohans. I sent you the report. Yeah, I got you. 1 second. First time playing against you on a map. You guys are an amazing alliance. Next stream, I'll send an AOD for more advice as you helped me months ago. Thank you. Yeah, no problem at all. Appreciate the kind words. Quick question. Would 0-star OC physical chips on a tier 7 bowl be better than Pluto tier 7 with purple combos? No, I think that for purples, I think that 1-star OC is better than full purples, and I think it's 2-star OC is better than full golds. So if you have a 0-star OC, yeah, if you have a 0-star OC, then I think you take the purples on your lead still. And then if you have a 1-star OC, take the OCs. If you have 2-star OCs, those are better than the full golds, 5-star golds. The base stats are a little bit less, I believe, on a 2-star, but it's because of the 2-star bonus that you get on the 4-piece and 6-piece OCs that make it better than the 4-piece and 2-piece separate golds. Let's get into these account reviews real quick. Let's just knock some of these out because I know I got a few of these to go through. Let's do Abood. You reviewed my account before, but maybe it's time again after working on Beast, if it's okay. Yeah, sure. Hero Peers is what I'm struggling mostly with. Still have Bella, Elena, and Bianca awakened. I'm a Garrison main using Bull as second. What do you think about it? Okay, so you're... Sorry, did you say Garrison main? Okay, kind of threw me off. So Garrison main, looks like you're running 5 riders. 5 riders, okay. Okay, so this is your Garrison set. Yeah, you could definitely tell you're a Garrison main. You got 4 Garrison homes, 5 Garrison homes, 6, Jesus, 8 Garrison homes. Okay. I mean, it'll hurt you in the field, but if you're a Garrison main and you're not like running a rally with this set, then that's fine. If you try rallying with this, it'll probably hurt because 6 home slots. Wait, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, 8 Garrison home slots is going to hurt you if you try to do rally and in field. But Garrison wise, if you're just strictly garrisoning with this, or that's your primary focus, you can do that. I would still advise to go, the rider or squad route in terms of stats instead of garrison. So then you have the stats that work 100% of the time instead of 30%. But if you are a garrison main, then, you can make the argument to keep it if you wanted. But still, that'd be my advice. Hero pairs are good. Hero pairs are good. Yeah, they're good across the board there. One thing to consider for field, it's since this armament set is really low on Catherine, you're not going to get the most damage out of this, but what you can do is that Cynthia with her skin plus Maxwell, I actually run that, is really, really effective and good because Claude here is going to cut their move speed by 40%. Maxwell is going to cut their movement speed by 30% and then 30% when they first engage. 20% right here when they first engage. And then Cynthia, I believe, also is a 30% on her rage skill. Yeah, 30%. So between Claude, Cynthia, and Maxwell, you can make it to where your target's just unable to move at all. I love it because when I'm fighting someone in the field, what I hate is like, especially if I'm fighting a rider march, I'll get them below 50%, and a lot of them will get that rider talent where their move speed increases under 50%, so they're able to just run away, and I can't finish them off when they're at their weakest point in the march, like a yellow or below health bar. So having Cynthia, Claude, and Maxwell in your 5 marches will make it to where they really just can't get away at all, and you'll stay extremely sticky. And it is nice because you're not getting a bunch of damage out of this march anyways. You just get a huge amount of utility by having that double move speed debuff. So I would consider moving Catherine to Cynthia. Yes, you lose the skills talent tree, but again, this is not a high armament strength march, so you're not looking for a bunch of damage anyways. The utility becomes more important, so I would consider doing that. I would take a pause on the backpack parts and just strictly focus on getting all of your rider parts to white since you're running 100% rider marches. Skill damage taken reduction, basic attack damage reduction. That's good for your garrison. Basic attack damage will scale. Make up for it for the fact that you have damage reduction down bottom. Yeah, I mean your squad equipment is good there. Nothing really to talk about on that. Yeah, your 20 and 22 here. I would push these to level 16 quick on your other garage pieces. Get those to 16 so you can spike your firepower and protection a fairly substantial amount, and then continue working on your rider ones. Your beast pairs. I would consider moving this general crab. This is crit counter. I mean, you got counter on it, but he runs combo. If you had combo chips on this crab, I would consider moving the crab behind Titan so you can run combo. And then Pango, where Pango gets some natural counterattack, can pair well with the Gale Draco. You could also consider... I mean, you're running crit chips there as well. You could even do this crab behind Titan if you had combo chips, and then same thing, just move that crab over to the Saber, or just kind of move them around. I would primarily focus, if you're not dumping a bunch of money into Beast, pair combo with combo, crit with crit, counter with counter kind of a thing. But this is fine. You're running crit ships with OCs. Yeah, that's fine as well. Yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, like I said, if you're not dumping a bunch of money into it, then I would stick to the, like I said, the philosophy or the side of things, or the strategy of combo, combo, crit, crit, counter, counter kind of thing. Just so you get the most proc rate for your active and support skills and stuff like that. Or sorry, your support active skill from your support beast. Mm, yeah, no worries at all, Jess. Not a problem. Is this Jess? Oh, Jess. Oh yeah, 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 Jess. Nice. Yeah, no problem at all. In Garrison main, using Bull as a second is totally fine because you have that Bull OC chip set, by the way. There isn't any problem with that. When you get this OC set to max and you put that on Pango, then at that point you can look at using another beast like Pluto Jellyfish with counter chips or combo chips, whatever. But for where you're at right now, where your OC chip set is still like 0 and 1 star, yeah, this is totally fine to use. You're more worried about just having the physical chips in use than anything else. No worries at all, Jelly. If you were trying to rally, would rally hones be better than lethality and block? No. I mean, technically speaking, yes, but it's like a marginally better. It's marginally better, right? So, like for example, rally attack comes out to what is it, like 7%? Total for the max hone, and a normal like ranged attack or rider attack comes out at 6%. So it comes out to being like 15% better, but 15% better in one situation at when it's zero, like zero in terms of effectiveness for every other role. So like if you take the rally hone, it's zero effectiveness in garrison or in field, is not worth the trade-off by any means at all. And that 15% is very marginal in terms of the larger grand scheme of things, because it's not actually 15% better because of diminishing returns. It's more closer to like 7% better. So it's, yeah, it's not worth it. I would rather take the 100% effectiveness at all times rather than the 7% better effectiveness 30% of the time, that kind of thing. But yeah, lethality and block being exclusive to armament hones and not able to get them anywhere else becomes your most important stats to get, because those are a multiplier just in the same way that squad damage or squad damage reduction and stuff like that are. And there's only one place you can get that multiplier, which is your hones or your armaments. So if you can target it, target it. We'll keep going down the list here though. Lohans. What do you suggest to improve? I'm saving materials for TC. Sometimes do garrison. I'm trying to find some alliance to improve the account also. For someone which takes months to get gold, what event do you think is better to use the gold? The best event to use gold, period, like not even remotely close, is District Showdown. If you're on a limited supply or a limited budget, take your limited budget. And even if you can only buy like 2 packs, right? 4,000 gold, save up that $40, whatever you can to get the $40 and go into a 2 pack alliance, because the free rewards that you get will be astronomical. It's usually around like 6x in terms of like the rewards that you get for the spend that you do. So if you spend $20 in a 1 pack alliance, you come out with around $120 worth of rewards. 2 packs at $40, you come out with like around 200 to $250 worth of rewards. Just depending on like how many other people go above and beyond 2 packs. So I would 100% do that. Yeah, no worries at all, ABD. Um, that would be the best event to use gold. Other than that, well, actually, really, that's it. Where you're saying that you are a old account, but mostly free to play, I would just strictly focus on doing that, because that's where you can get your superb armaments. That's where you can get your better beast fragments. I believe you can get the stuff like this. Oh, I already used it, but the stuff to basically level up your Pluto jellyfish, your Chiron, those types of things. That's where you get your garage materials from those chests, all those types of things. On top of all the free rewards, that's where you can target getting a lot of those additional resources basically to grow your account. So that's what I would do. That's where I would do it. Um, Sometimes you garrison. I'm going to take it from a perspective that you don't garrison at all because, again, if you're on a low budget or you're not spending on the game, you primarily focus on the field aspect and let the progress that you do for field translate to your progress in other roles, be it rally, counter rally, garrison, whatever it is. Um, yeah, if you're limited on the, well, actually, here, let me take a look. It's infantry range. Right? Do you have an armament set? So you're pretty much mostly just ranged because I probably wouldn't be using this set or this set in the field or even really this set. I would just be running those two range sets in the field. Your 5 mil Sophie and your 3.5 mil Spectra. Those would be the only two that I would use in the field. Um, I mean, dang, you got a triple piece. I mean, at your spend level, just the fact that you have damage or damage reduction in each of these slots, and this one being a triple stat is solid. If you wanted to optimize it, you could still chase a damage plus attack piece with attack up top, and I can show you what that looks like. So I would do legendary. I would focus attack, basic attack, and skill damage up top. I would see if I could find a ranged squad damage and look to do a damage plus attack piece for as cheap as possible. If you can get a gold damage, awesome. Odds are we're not going to be able to here at the on that budget, but I'm just going to see if we can. Sometimes you get lucky. You never know. And in this case, the answer to that is not looking good. That's squad load. I don't know why I thought that said squad defense or something. Yeah, so sometimes you can get lucky in here. Most times, no. But it's always worth looking. So this essentially is like what would you be going for? So I would still like I'd probably if you could snipe this for 500 gold or find something similar to this for 500 gold, that's what I would do. But you want damage, attack, and basic attack damage, attack, or skill damage up top. So this type of piece right here is exactly what you'd be going for. I'm going to share this to you, not for you to go after it, but to give you an idea of what to look for. If you're like completely budgeted wise, you can do legendary attack, basic attack, skill damage, do purple, and then do range squad damage. And you want range squad damage plus attack at the bottom. And then, yeah, one of those three stats up top. And you say that you sometimes garrison. The point of this is to make it to where you have the best stats possible for when you are all the time playing field and that kind of a thing. And you may counter rally, whatever it may be. I'm going to find a ranged. So like this is one that you could do. Right, so you got the damage, attack, and skill damage up top, that kind of a thing. So that's what I would do in terms of your refinery vehicles. You're at 10 and 17. I would push these other four to level 6 as soon as possible. Double back, get this to level 16, and then push these to level 12. So in order, you got level 6 on these, level 16 here, level 12 on these, and then push these two ranged ones to level 20. And again, you can get a lot of those materials and stuff like that from District Showdown. Beast-wise, since you're on a budget, this is probably just going to be all a work in progress. We got combo with combo, crit with crit, counter with counter. So, I mean, it all looks good there. So, hopefully that helps. Keep going up the list here. G off. Some feedback, 100% garrison, currently focused on doing the non-rider defense vehicles. Let's see. So you are garrison focused. I mean, you're pretty much just full rider, right? Yeah, because this is so weak, you're probably not even really using it. So this is your garrison. I mean, you got the good homes going on. Yeah, no problem at all there with it. Your hero pairs look good. Yeah, no problems with that at all either. For garrison wise, oh yeah, you got those full physical OCs, you got the combo. Yeah, I mean there's no issues with this at all. This looks good. Yeah, there's no problems with that. Yeah, no issues here either. Looking good. you're kind of in a place where you could try out Otachi with the combo chips. I think there's enough crit that comes from the physical OCs plus Pango base. Um, Or is it? Yeah, where he gets the 120 crit in Garrison plus the OC chips. That the 85% crit damage from Otachi might be able to perform better than the 30% bonus chance to do an additional combo here. But I think that this pair right here, the Pango Crab, might do better in 1v1 situations and scenarios, like Island Raid. And I have a feeling that Otachi might do better in multi-rally situations because the 85% crit damage that Otachi can provide from here stacking 5 times, yeah, 5 times from here, and then, where is it? Am I just like blind? Hold on. It's this one. Yeah, sorry. For every 1 critical hit, does 13% times 5, and then leader crit damage 15%. I don't know why my eyes were like bugging out right there. I just could not read that. But yeah, the 85 or whatever percent crit damage bonus that you get would help the counter attacks that you deal in multi-rally situations. So your Otachi support might be doing better, even if it has combo chips, just to provide crit damage to the counters that Pango is providing to multi-rally situations. And then in the future, Pluto would probably be your best bet with that same setup, since Pluto triggers his active skill off of combo or counter attack. So the counter attack would come from Pango, the combo would come from the combo chips that you have on him. So this pair is probably best for single rally Garrison. This pair is probably best for multi rally Garrison. Pluto is going to be the best of both worlds when you get there. What's up, Karmjeet? How's it going? Thank you for review. Normally, I fight and field with Sophie and Spectre, 2 squads. What do you suggest me as hero pairs from what you saw in the arena? I would probably here run a... What is your armament power again? 5 mil and like 3 mil. I would run on your 5 mil set. I would run a Sophie plus Ethan or Sophie plus Louis if you have Louis done for the full AoE side of things. And then on the other one, I would probably run a Spectra and Claude. If your other armament set was like closer to this one, where this one's like 5.2 or 5.3, and this one's like a 3.3, if this was like a 4 or a 4.5 mil set, especially, then running a double damage squad would be solid. But since the other armament set is fairly weak in comparison to your main one, I think that the debuffs that you apply from Sophie and from Claude in particular, would boost that AoE damage that you would get on your Sophie plus the AoE from Ethan or Louis, that kind of a thing. So your hyper damage is going to come from the one squad. The debuffs coming from your other squad are just going to essentially enhance that, but then Spectre makes it to where that squad is still dealing damage, even if it's not the most damage in the world. That's probably what I would do in your case. Let's go back to Geoff real quick. You were looking for... Oh, just feedback in general. Okay. So... we already went over that. We already went over your beasts and your chips. Hero pairings. I mean, your hero pairings look fine. Plus, I mean, you're going to be using the 1 pair for Garrison. That's fine. You got white parts here too, which is good. Attack, basic attack. Defense, and basic attack. Nice, you got a triple piece. Damage reduction, attack. Defense. Nice, you got another triple piece. Okay, cool. So honestly, riders are kind of unique because some of things like this double defense, this damage reduction here, this counter damage, and the defense here, a lot of that counters the one huge weak point that riders have, especially in Garrison, where they can get swarmed out. So anything that you can do to kind of prevent that, then you know, everything else is just kind of like icing on the cake. But taking care of that one huge bleed factor that you have, or one pain point that you have as a rider Garrison with the swarms, is huge. So things like the skill damage taken reduction is nice. Another skill damage taken reduction is nice. Basic attack damage reduction is nice for anti-swarm. Counter damage is good. Same thing for anti-swarm. So, I mean, yeah, your setup here is solid. You know, like and the advice that I would give you if you were to go say like a damage plus damage reduction, one, it's expensive to get those pieces. Two, it's expensive to upgrade them, and three, it's expensive to replace the pieces that you have. But your pieces that you have are a solid foundation for what it is. You know, a rider garrison that needs to try to play anti-swarm or provide some form of sustain to sustain the swarm, so you still have time to fill the garrison without just getting swarmed out immediately. Yeah, I think that you have a good base or foundation for that. 20, 20, 11, 11. Yeah, this is well on its way. I would push all of these to level 12. You could even push them to level 16 before pushing these up higher, but you could also go 12 on these. You could push these to 22 and then push these to 16. Yeah, before moving them up. Your biggest benefit would probably be pushing these to level 16. 16 is a big threshold, where once you cross that, then it hits another hump of just kind of like tier of expensiveness or terms of price to upgrade it. So pushing these to 16 and then moving these up would be solid. But you know, if you're getting like trigger fingered and you really want to upgrade these, you could push these to 12 and then get these to like say 22. I wouldn't push these above 22 without getting these to 16 though. Other than that, man, yeah, everything else looks good. You have a really good foundation, good hero pairs, good hones, things like that. There's not too much else to critique on that. What would be better for a ranged main or refinery piece with damage and damage reduction, or a gathering piece on a gathering piece, or damage and attack on a piece with skill and basic attack up top? It depends on your budget, right? Because so for me, I have on mine, I have like this is zombies up top, this is zombies up top, this is zombies up top, but it has damage or damage reduction down in the bottom. And the problem is that with the market, if you want to get something that has damage and damage reduction plus good stats up top, it's stupid expensive, right? But if you can find a really good deal where you can get damage plus damage reduction, and by good deal, I mean if you can get damage plus damage reduction on a piece and not spend more than like 2,500 or 4,000 gold, which is far and few between. Many of the times they're 10,000 gold plus, even for zombie stats up top, right? But if you can find them for somewhere in that 2,500 to 4,000 range, it's worth it if you have the budget to then upgrade each of these stats to 4.5% plus. If your budget only allows for you to get the damage and damage reduction, but they're both sitting on blue at like 1.8% or 1.4% or whatever it is on each thing, and you don't have the budget to then upgrade it because you spent your whole budget buying the piece, then at that point, I wouldn't take the damage and damage reduction. I would take the damage plus attack plus better stats up top at that point. So really, it just depends on your budget, because you don't want to just budget for the piece to buy. You want to be able to budget for the upgrades that will come along with that to actually upgrade it from there. So again, if the majority of your budget is going to go to buying the piece and you don't have nearly the budget to upgrade it, then just stick to damage, attack, and then attack up top and good stats. If you have a good budget, but not like I have a Black American Express card or something like that, then yeah, maybe consider the damage and damage reduction, be able to upgrade those if you can. I think a lot of that has more to do with your budget than the actual stat impact itself. Which alliance do you do District Showdown? How many dice are necessary to participate? So I reserve slots for our alliance in IWRI. They do a 4-pack minimum. FIB will probably be hosting District Showdown in the near future. I need to double check and see. Did we agree on 5 or 6 dice for ours? We did 6, so we'll be hosting it with a 6-pack dice requirement in the near future. But as of right now, we go to IWRI and we do 4-pack, or they do 4-pack requirements there. Can you tell 4 infantry marches that I can use in field? Marco, Julian, Sakura, Miyamoto, Eileen, Bodala, Bianca, Claude, Boyd, Stella. I'd probably run a Miyamoto Eileen for an AoE march. I'd run a Bodala and Claude for a debuff march. I would run a Boyd and Julian for another debuff march, but tanky behind Boyd. Or actually, no, I would run Bodala, Claude for debuff, Boyd, Bianca for buff, Miyamoto Eileen for AoE, Sakura Julian for AoE, high sustain, high attack, and offense. Yes. So Miyamoto Eileen for AoE, Sakura Julian for your other damage march that is also a debuff, Bodala and Claude for tanky debuff, and Boyd, Bianca for single target and buffs. And that's what I do. And you primarily play around your Sakura, Julian, Miyamoto, Eileen to deal your damage, and the other two marches to be sustainable, but debuffing and buffing at the same time. Okay, still moving up the list here. You sent me one as well. Excuse me. It's pretty solid. Yours is I mean, sometimes you do garrison, so you could get away with taking the damage reduction. It is a gold damage reduction and a good amount of attack and good stats up top for 900. Yeah, you could take it. You'll miss out on some of the damage as well, but it already has double base gold stats on this. I would consider taking it. Plus, it's already up to plus 20. What you gain for that price is far better than what you would lose in offensive stats for the same price or more expensive. So I would do that. I used to run Itachi, but I never thought of different supports and different events. Pluto is work in progress. Yeah. Pluto's the best of both worlds. The combo is nice because you're dealing a lot of bonus damage from that crab combo and everything to a single target, but it's kind of punishing in your multi-rally situations because it's not helping you at all on the other rallies. But Otachi would be able to increase that crit damage from when you counterattack from Pango. And I used to run Pango and Otachi before I ran Pango and Pluto in Garrison, and I know that it works really well, so definitely something to consider. Sky, could you have a look up my troop pairs and about my garage, which I should level up next, plus which hero should have the main set, etc. Rally field. Yep. Sorry, you wanted hero pairs, garage. Hero should have the main set. 'You're probably not using this in field, right? And I doubt. If I was you playing in field, would you just run these two? I probably maybe three. I probably wouldn't run more than these two, maybe three marches. I would leave the other ones at home. And if I was doing that, I would run Chasey Felix, Chasey lead, Felix second. I would run 5-5-5-2. Yeah, so not all your heroes are done anyways. Actually, I would run Chasey, Rubina, because they're finished. I would run Felix and Janet for AoE, and then I'd run Daryl and Claude for an AoE debuff / buff, which would buff these marches, even though this march is weak. You would buff these marches and debuff the enemies so these marches would do better. So I would do Felix and Janet, Chasey and Rubina. Chasey leads, so then Rubina would get the bonus skill damage from the talent. And then, yeah, Daryl Claude, because Daryl applies a buff to your marches for AoE damage taken reduction. Claude provides a buff to them for damage reduction as well, or damage increase, but also debuffs the enemy HP. And your strongest armaments, I would probably put on Chasey, because you said that you run rallies. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're not running a Metalk, Chasey Rubina is a really strong rally or counter rally. Like, for example, the best counter to a Chasey Garrison is actually Chasey Rally, because Chasey has a bunch of skill damage reduction, and Chasey is all basic attack damage. So by running a Chasey Rally into a Chasey Garrison, you can circumvent all of that skill damage reduction that she has. So I would put your strongest armaments onto Chasey Rubina, and then just run that same march for a rally pair. That way you don't have to worry about moving your armaments around. Put your second strongest onto Felix for Felix Rubina, or sorry, Rubina, Felix and Janet. And then your third strongest onto Daryl to run Daryl Claude for a buff debuff march for those ones. And then you wanted Garage. And then we already covered which ones should have the stuff. So these are a work in progress. If you can target damage and attack, I would 100% do it. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side. I was looking at the right side in the first place, then I tabbed out, came back. Yeah, I would still do the same thing. I would do damage and attack if you can. Get these to gold. You're at 12 and 10. I would get these to 6. So I'd go 6, 16, 12. So again, in order, all these to 6, both of these to 16, all of these to 12, and then push the 16s to 20, but that's way down the road. So again, 6, 16, 12, 20 would be the order that I would do those in. And then your beasts are just kind of work in progress like everybody else. Moving up the list. Oops. Do not disturb, wrong one. Okay. I'm watching your live stream, wondering if you could do an account review for me to see if I'm on the right track and tell me what are the things I should focus on. I'm a field focused rider main, spending about $100 a month. For beasts, I use all my pristine on the gold crab since the combo is already pretty high. Should I add crit chips to the mix? Not sure if I should build the combo chip set or crit chip next. Well, let's target that first. So you said you're hyper dumping into the crab. So you're running crab and crab. I would just run combo here, 100%. Replace these purple crit chips for purple combo chips as soon as you can. Yeah, purple combo chips are better until you get a 2-star gold set to replace them. So yeah, I would run purple combo chips across your double combo set there. I wouldn't worry about crit. There's no benefit to crit on these, really at all. Yes, your combo can crit, and yes, it gives a little bit bonus damage, but crit damage is very highly mitigated because physical beasts and water beasts naturally on their chips get crit damage reduction right here. So you can see it on the water chips, and you can see it here on the physical chips. Grass gets combo damage reduction, and fire gets counter damage reduction. But since 2 of the elements get crit damage reduction, you really don't need to hyper focus on crit too much. If you can focus on combo, that's totally fine. Your diminishing returns will be felt a lot less because of that. So yeah, I would change this over to a combo chipset, and then other than that, you should be fine leaving that. Field focused rider, $100 a month. Okay. Hero pairs. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. I mean, hero pairs in general are good. Marches are solid. I'd probably primarily run these 3, right? Because even this one is 50% stronger than this one. If you want to run 5 marches, you can. But if you want to run 3, these 3 marches are actually totally fine to run. Since it looks like these 2, like this one's not awakened. These 2 aren't awakened. But those 3 sets are. So those 3 sets would be fine to run. I would stop on the backpack parts and get your rider parts completely to gold ASAP. Since you don't have any infantry or ranged, the backpack parts aren't expensive because they're astronomically better. They're astronomically more expensive because they help your infantry, ranged, and rider. But you're just rider focused, so I would just get your rider parts to white first. You have damage reduction, damage attack. If you can, I mean, you have a double piece here. At $100 a month, I would get rid of this. I would sell this. Because you could probably sell this for like 10,000 gold or something. Maybe even more. I don't really know what the running market price is for these right now. But I would sell this and take the gold and go to like a district showdown event to get garage parts and upgrade your garage with it. And then in its place, I would do this right here. I would take damage, attack, and skill damage or attack or whatever have you up top, basic attack damage. But I would run this piece that you have right here for your vest. I would get that for all 3 slots ASAP. And then I would just sell the other ones to get the gold, and then go to a 4-pack alliance or something like that with that gold, 5-pack alliance, and get the dice to upgrade these. I would upgrade these to level 6, get this to 16. Once this is 16, come back and get those to 12. That should cover all of it, I think. Let me know if you have any other questions on that, Gordon. But other than that, it looks good. Yep, no worries at all. This guy knows Russian? What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, this is fine. You have the attack up top and attack down here and skill damage. This is actually a really good weapon. Even though you have damage reduction, it would be better if this was damage. But the fact that this is a gold stat and level 20, I would take this and sell your other one. I would sell the other one for sure. I would sell the other one that you have. Sell it for like, list it for like 12,500. Take 10,000 if it doesn't sell at 12,500. Which rider rally would you run on Ant PZ, Rubina Janet, or Chasey Rubina? I don't think you really need Janet in Antpede because it's a single target, so you don't necessarily need the Janet side of things. I think Chasey Rubina does better on the single target damage, personally. Janet is nice when paired with like Rubina because of the AoE factor. You take all the instances of damage that Rubina has and you AoE'd out there. But in terms of like raw damage, I think Chasey Rubina would do better since it's single target. Holy cow, we got through all the messages. Look at us go. And Azure's still not building. Lame. We have an hour till reset. I've only got about a half an hour left until I have to take a pause on the streaming because I got to get dinner going. The missus is off at 5:30 and it is 4:51. Opinion on a direction. I spend 18,000 gold per week on average. I think I go too broad though. Oh, I forgot to message you back. I apologize for missing that. Yeah, no worries at all, Gordon. Everything else is super solid, man. You have a really solid setup. You have a good direction on all your stuff. Your hero pairs are solid, those types of things. I think that there's just minor changes that you can make. And it's not that it's going to make your account astronomically better. I think that it will make it a lot better, obviously. Like, that's why I'm giving you that input. But the biggest part is that if you're like on a limited budget or you're not spending a ton, it's just using your money wiser to make it go further is the best way to put that. Who is this? FWH? Is FWH in our thing? No, I don't know why I thought FWH was. I think it's just because we have FIB and FBI in ours and FX or FKOR. There's just too many F alliances, FG. I think that's what it is. It's just too, there's an F alliance, at least one in each legion. Alpha Cat, are you in the stream by chance? You're going pretty broad, I do see that, but there's nothing really wrong about going broad. Yeah, I appreciate you. Send you one back. Let me make sure. Are you in the live stream? I'm sure you probably are. I'm gonna talk as if you are in the stream while I'm waiting for that message. I mean, your homes look good. Yeah, your homes look good. You are okay, cool. I mean, your hero pairings look fine as well. What is the drop off for armaments? 3.6, 3.3, 2.8. That's good. I'd probably move Bodala to Boyd. And the reason for that would be, one, you create the AoE march of Miyamoto and Eileen, but two, Boyd's awakened skill is Reflect, where the amount of damage that he receives to the shield is then reflected back. In terms of damage here, 20% of the shield's absorption is converted to damage and reflected or deflected, and Bodala has the shield, so all the damage that he actually receives on his shield ends up getting reflected as well. Plus, Bodala has that skill where when he has a shield, where is he? I think I have him up here somewhere. When he has a shield, reduces the damage taken by 6.5%, and Boyd has multiple shields. So for one, Boyd complements Bodala because of all these shields that he get. Bodala gets the bonus damage taken reduction. Bodala benefits Boyd because when Bodala puts up this shield, the damage that it's absorbing also ends up reflecting as well. So it's just a double cohesion there in terms of benefit, and then also because then you open up the AoE March with a Eileen and Miyamoto as well. Other than that, your homes look good. Your hero pairings look good. Your infantry across there, which is good. What is your riders at 5.5 mil or so? So you'll probably be working on these next, I assume. Infantry, triple attack. Nice, Jesus Christ, it's 4. Double defense attack, that's fine. Double attack. Did you say what role you are? Alpha Cat, do you just primarily play field by chance? I mean, if so, all of these look really good. Damage, yeah. Yeah, I mean, double defense is fine here, attack. Because the reason why that's okay is because infantry has their highest stat as defense. So getting more multipliers for it is fine, especially where your other 75% of your refinery are all very damage based. Having one piece that has a double defense isn't going to hurt you or kill you. Plus, you get the HP up top, which is nice. Yeah, this is all fine. This is huge. This is awesome. Vehicle wise, 24, 17. I would start pushing these other ones up. You're at 13 here, so I'd get these other ones to 12. 12, 12, 12, and then push this 17 to 20, and then get these all to 16. So again, in order, you're going to go 12, 12, 12. Then you need to go 20. Then you need to go 16, 16, 16, and 16. And then keep pushing this one up to like 22 or something. Garrison, Rally, Anfield. Okay, so you do all of them. Yeah, so then the balance of defense and attack are solid. Then you're totally fine there. So I would do that for the vehicles. Where's the best place to get D3 blueprints? I think one of them is the Vault mission. Or the Mystery Safe. Because I think, yeah, you can get the blueprints here for the days. You can also get the blueprints here. Outside of that, the vehicle redesign one, is it the redesign one or is it the redesign one that gives you 110 of them per week? Those are probably the two best places to get it. There's only a few places you can get it actually. Yeah, so that covers your garage, it covers your equipment, your armaments and homes are good. I would do Saber and Rhino, Kong and Pluto. Or not Pluto, but Crab. Yeah, that would be the change that I'd make. I would go combo, crit. And I would do General Crab support because he has the chance to... where is the... I feel like this just doesn't list off the whole skill, but General Crab on support has it to where if a combo is triggered during the time, has a 20% chance to trigger another combo, and maybe that's just because it happens when he hits a certain level. Must be level 9, I assume, right? No, even at level 6. Yeah, even level 3. Yeah, I don't know why it's not saying that on there, but General Crab support is, yeah, when the leader deals a combo, if a combo is triggered, there's a chance to trigger another one up to 30%. So in your case there, I would pair the Kong with the Crab. The other side of things is that on his main skills for Kong, right here... when you let's see, is it this one? Yeah, if this attack triggers a combo, applies one additional stack of detonate. So the bonus combo that you're getting from General Crab increases the chance for this to happen, so you get an additional detonate chance. Plus the fact that the General Crab will cause you to essentially use this leader skill again, like up to a 30% chance to use this again. And you'll see that I run the exact same pair for that exact reason. So it's just a benefit that goes both ways. Kong and him. The bonus chances to deal an additional combo attack just means more chances to deal detonate stacks, which is just bonus damage at that point. Um, you're working on a physical OC chipset. Okay, I see that. Yeah, that's fine. And you don't need to just like fast upgrade those either. It's just the general combo side of things. So I'd run combo on Kong, run combo on General Crab, which you already have combo up here and you already have combo down here. So I'd pair those together anyways. And then these two get the benefit of crit and crit damage together. So minor changes. For Garrison, I mean, you've got a full gold set in that set as well, and you can just move that between them. So yeah, you're fine. You're fine there. Yeah. No, I mean everything else looks good, man. Honestly, you've got a really good foundation and stuff. Let's go on ahead and goodbye. With the report I sent earlier on, what should I change or work on regarding Beast? That's one field I'm seriously lacking in. Thank you in advance. Currently working on getting full OC, physical versus support Beast. Yeah, I got you, Jelly. Do you have any questions, by the way, Alpha Cat? I know that, like I said, a lot of your stuff is like good in the foundation. There's very small marginal things to change, but other than that, you have a really good direction for things already as is. Um, so you said that you're hurting in the beast department. I mean, honestly, dude, like the biggest thing is just the beast in general, right? Like the only thing that you can do is increase your beast, whether it be like a Pango plus a gold bull or a gold Pango plus a gold Pango. Um, and are you looking for advice like garrison wise or garrison and rallies or in general? Um, because yeah, like when it comes to beasts, it's just you're just gonna want a gold beast to support them. And if you don't have the budget to run a Pango plus Pluto, for example, which would be ideal, then a double gold Pango for Garrison or a Pango plus Bull. So then you can like inter switch them, like Pango's lead Bull support and Garrison or Bull lead Pango support for rallies would be another way to go too. Should I focus on transcending heroes or keep working on OC and legendary chipsets? I mean, at 18,000 gold per week, I think that you could do a hybrid of both. I think that they're going to be equally important for you, depending on the G bracket that you're playing in. The higher that the bracket is, I would say that the more important the OC chip side of things are. The thing is that most of the heroes already have really good rally and garrison um, stats not transcended, and the transcending mostly converts their skills to be able to be used in field. But there are some of them, like Sakura, for example. You get like a extremely high damage boost from her weapon once you upgrade it or once you transcend her, right? I think like Boyd, you get like the attack and stuff or like the shield HP. So there's definitely some benefits that you can get there for rallies and garrisons and such. But the OC chip set is just detrimental. Like if you're running like double OCs, you're crushing the shit out of people that aren't running them. Even if you have just like one OC chipset, you can make a huge difference. If you do rallies and garrisons and that kind of thing, I would say that getting one OC chipset first is going to be your main priority. I would get this OC chipset finished out, and then I would probably look at considering focusing on getting some transcending heroes up. Because by the time that you get this to full max 5 stars, let's say that that takes you well, probably about 6 months down the road to get at that budget. And by then we should have another set of heroes that come out for all of them, right? For infantry, ranged, and riders. So then at that point, you can evaluate if it makes more sense to transcend current heroes or to chase the brand new heroes and transcend those. And odds are it'll be the latter. So yeah, I would full focus on getting this physical OC chipset to max first, and then taking a look at potentially chasing heroes at that time. That's what I would do. I think that the physical OC chipset is just so crucial to being an effective garrison or rally. Like that really sets the foundation for how well you're going to do, because then it doesn't necessarily matter whether you run another physical beast because you're on a bit more of a budget, or running a, like a secondary like Pluto jellyfish or whatever it is for support. You have your core physical OCs that'll help you thrive and succeed in rallying garrisons. What's up, Arturo? Arturo Vic? Been playing since 3 years. Oh, nice. I'm at 369. What is 1332 divided by 365? I'm about 3 years, 3 and 3/4 years. I've been playing since like September or October of 2022. 2022. So coming up on 4 years, but that's cool, man. Glad to have you around. You still enjoying the game? I mean, you say you love this game, so I can only assume so. Garrison Rally mainly. I can recycle that purple bowl and put everything I get from the purple bowl in the gold bowl. Would that be a lot better? It would absolutely be a lot better. The base stats of the gold bowl are much, much higher in terms of their its attack and defense. And then take that and multiply by the 400% bonus that your Pangor bowl would get as a lead. And you can see where you're just getting like an astronomical boost in those rolls just by making a minor change. I wouldn't say I'm a legend. I've been around for a minute, though. Been around for a minute. Okay, for OC chips, is using the ×2 coupon of the Beast Frenzy $100 pack for chips, or Mysterious Safe, which is better for OC chips. So the Mysterious Safe is really good as well, but use the ×2 coupon on the pop-up or like the bonus sale that comes up. So like we just had that OC chip sale, right? That was like 50 OC chips for 10,000 gold. That one is super worth it to use the ×2 coupon on, because you get 100 OC chip fragments or 3 OC chips complete for well, 3 and a third OC chips for 10,000 gold. It's super, super worth it. I don't quite know, Arturo, but I'm at 13.8 mil VIP. But I mean, a lot of VIP points comes from your alliance packs and whatnot that they get as well, right? Like you get a lot of VIP points here too. So I don't really know. You get VIP points from a lot of places. Do you think it's better to go to do 2 district showdown with an alliance of 2 packs, or 1 district showdown with a 4-pack alliance? I would say the 1 in the 4-pack, because the 1 in the 4-pack allows you to max out the rewards, which requires 1,000 spins or 1,000 dice, and you can get that in a 4-pack alliance. So I would do that one personally. Because what I also noticed when I was charting out how many times you get into that middle zone, and I was comparing this with other people in the community Discord, is that you start hitting that middle zone a lot once you cross that like 300 dice used mark, and you really stay in the hot zone there and get it a lot between like 300 to 800. So I don't want to say it's coincidence when a lot of people are showing the same values. So if you can get into an alliance that will make sure that you exceed the 800 dice rolls, which would be a 4-pack alliance, then I think it's very beneficial. 500 euros? No. Probably it's over 6 figures for sure. Yeah, that's what I mean, Jelly. If you have the ability to get the OC chips in the mystery safe, it's a good one. That's why I was saying it can be a good value if you have it available. If you don't, then your next best one is that ×2 coupon. If you can do both, even better. Those are the 2 best ones. Then they actually have the OC chip pack that'll pop up, I think, like once a month, where you just each incremental thing that you get from $5, 500 gold, 500 gold, 1,000 gold, and all that kind of stuff builds up, but it's all OC chip based. That one's really good too. My second stream is on Twitch. I think no, you're on Twitch. My second stream is on YouTube. It's youtube.com/z-doomsday. Twitch is Z_Doomsday. YouTube is Z-Doomsday. Yeah, I can send it here. There, that'll take you to the page. And then from there you can click on the live stream. How's everything going? Oh, it's going good. How about you, Emmer? Emmer Sama? Appreciate you being here. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Let's see. I think we answered all those questions. I got the OC Mysterious Safe. Yeah, if you got the OC Mysterious Safe, that's a really, really good value one. Because that one comes out to, what is it? It's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 70,000, or 7,000. It's 7,000 gold, but you get 4, 8, 12, 8, 16, 28. Yeah, you still get 68 for 7,000. So it's still really good value. And then the better one being the ×2 coupon on the other one for 100 for 10,000. So yours is... Oh, this is you, huh? Oh, nice. 190 mil, 182. Nice. Well, I only got 3 mil kills, bro. What happened? Where's all the kills at? Where's all the kills at, bro? Gotta pump the kill numbers. You gotta pump them up. What happened? Where are they at? No, I'm kidding. That's cool, though. You've been around for 3 years, though. What has kept you around in the game for 3 years, if you don't mind me asking? Because obviously I've seen a lot of people quit. I've seen a lot of new people join. What's been the main thing that's kept you in the game? Community, the enjoyment, the changes, like the events? What's been the main thing keeping you around? What's up, Blue? I didn't get the 5,000 gold OC pack. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Alpha Cat. Like, if you do get the other one, that would be your next best one, but the best value one would be the Mysterious Safe one. The other route to go is that you can do the development one and just spend up to the 250 here, the 250 crates for the 15 or the 25 free OCs that you would get, plus all the OCs involved other than that. But that one isn't nearly as, well, it isn't as good a value as the Mysterious Safe one and stuff, for example. Not participate too much in events. I'm farmer first time. Oh, that's fine. Everybody has a play style. Second option, that boss of alliance. Oh, nice. Okay. I quit after 3 years. I haven't played in about 2 months. Oh, dang, Blue. Well, shit. Hate to see you go. Love to watch you leave. I'm very lost where I'm at in the game right now, trying to improve armaments and heroes as well. Got the new range superbs. I'd really like to get a detail review of my AOD, if that's okay with you. Having issues with my pairings. Which heroes I should be going for next, etc. Yeah, just send it over. Totally fine. I am too old. My low kills. I need to rush up. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get good events to actually get some kills in. Sometimes you don't. Ready for glory on Monday, matey. Hope it's a lot better than the last time. The last time was actually probably the most fun I've had. I actually got a message from those guys, from that maxed team or whatever in Glory League, the one that had all the crazy accounts in it, DLLM. I got a message from them, from Rogue and one of the other guys, paying respects because they were saying that we were the only team that actually gave them a fight, and a fun fight, for it. So yeah, no, I mean, we got there's nothing you can do against a bunch of 900 mil accounts, but I had a lot of fun. It does not require me to win to have fun in this game. So, I think that comes from playing in Apex for so long. I feel you, Blue. I feel you. I mean, one of these days, my account's just going to sit as well, so I'm right there with you. Send you an arena report, and you'll give advice first time watching your live stream. Yeah. By all means, just send it over. I mean, got it from all these other people earlier as well. They sent it. Jessica, Lohans, Geoff, Abood, Zeus. Yeah, all these people have sent it. Just send it over. I'll go through it. Use this and build up. Attack, defense. Ooh. What was yours again? Wait, sorry. What was that piece? It was a vest? What's your existing vest? You got the damage reduction, defense. Yeah. I mean, I would say you definitely could. You already own it, so you don't need to try to buy it. You get the double offense and the defense. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the budget death to like build up a damage reduction or a damage hone or a damage attribute like way high into like the gold, like at least like 3% or 3.5%, then yeah, you could take that piece and upgrade it for a lot cheaper. So it'd definitely be worth it. Sure. Um, uh, two low kills, but if they take me to an event, I will destroy everything. I know how to read the game. There you go. Just sent. Thank you. No worries. I got you. Yeah, it was fun. Definitely an eye opener to Apex after playing Fearless for a year. Yeah, yeah. No, Apex is a whole different level of gameplay, man. Like it's one thing when you fight one max account. It's another thing with the whole Glory League team, which has what is it, 30 people, whatever, are all pretty much maxed accounts. But that's the same experience that you have in Apex, right? You're running into alliances that have 10 plus maxed accounts on their roster alone. So it is interesting. My kill is 1.5 billion. I like war events, man. I don't know. I play this game to fight. I don't have an issue with people playing the game to farm and stuff. Like there's multiple ways to play the game, and however you want to play the game, you can play the game. There's no judgment on my part at all. I like I like killing marches and sending them home. It's personal. It's not personal. I just enjoy fighting, man. What's up, James? What the fuck? Okay, here, let's dive into this next one. So you sent me this here. Emrasama. Um Improve your armaments and heroes as well. You're a 201. I mean, you're a 201. You're a new account. So let's just make sure you're on the right track and help you figure it out from here. Um, okay. I mean, it looks like you're primarily doing ranged. And yeah, you're five ranged across the board, it looks like. Okay. So nothing wrong with that. You're trying to run those. Emersama, how many marches are you using in the field? If I take a look at this right here, I would say that you should not be using any more than 3 marches at most in the field. Are you kind of following that same principle? Nobody from my alliance has too many kills. Yeah, I mean you either like to fight or you don't. I don't know. Yeah, dude, that Glory League was disgusting. What heroes do you use into PvP? I can show you my AOD report in just a second. Only 2 to 3 max. Okay. Okay. Figured as much. Okay. So I mean your Sophie Ethan is a good choice. Claude and Lynn. I don't know why I spaced her name for a second there. Claude and Lynn are totally fine. Or sorry. What is the name? Sharon. Sharon and Lynn are totally fine as well. I'm sitting here staring at Claude and I'm thinking about this march. So Sharon and Lynn is totally fine as well. She gives good survivability to him for the debuffs. Next, not sure where to go afterwards. Okay. So what I would do personally, right, is that you've got 2 strong marches and you have essentially like a buffing march is what I would use this last one for. I would move Claude. I would get Sharon finished and then I would get Claude finished. And the reason why I would do that is because then it doesn't matter what heroes they decide to bring out. You know, like let's say in the next range TC or range TC, they bring out a super killer field hero in roulette and then a super killer hero that's going to be great in the field as well for the main S tier hero, right? It won't matter who they bring out because your Sharon and Claude are going to be your primary debuff and buffing march. Claude is going to cut their HP. Sharon's going to cut their HP. Claude is going to increase the defensiveness and the outgoing damage of all of your marches as well. He applies damage reduction to all your marches. He slows them. He cuts their HP. Sharon's cutting their HP too. This march pair is going to enable all of the rest of the marches that you have for the foreseeable future, right? Those are just heroes where you can invest money into them or time, money, resources into them, and you will use them for the foreseeable future, right? So again, it doesn't matter what other marches you build, how you pair them, do anything like that at all. You have your buff and debuff march built. You can keep your weakest or your weakest that you're using armament set on them because you're not looking to get a bunch of damage out of them. You're looking to use them to compound the damage and effectiveness of your other marches, right? So I would do Sharon and Claude to get them finished because you already have Sophie and Ethan and they're doing well also. And you're only using 2 marches anyways. So you could stick to 2 marches, run Sophie, run Ethan, run Sharon, run Claude, and use them to debuff. Then you can start working on your second damage march. It looks like you have Julia. It looks like you have Bard done as well. You could use Nora here. You could use Bard. It wouldn't really matter. For your second damage march, I would probably run Julia, Nora, or Julia and Bard. It doesn't necessarily matter which one you use. You'll get some AoE out of Bard, but I think Nora's a little bit faster. So if you're fighting on territory, maybe the Bard is better because you don't have to run as far. If you do have to run far, maybe the Nora is better because you get a little bit more move speed, I believe. So that's what I would do, and I would run that for the time being. From there, I would consider getting Louis finished, so you can start, leaning into that. Range does a lot of AoE damage aspect of things. Louis is someone that is an old hero, but will still be used for a long time because he offers a very good toolkit. He has good offensive stats. He has skill damage. He has rage regen. He has an AoE that hits up to 5 people in a circle. He's just great. You're going to keep him around for a while as well. I would work on him after the fact. At that point, what you're looking at is you're looking at a Sophie Ethan for your primary damage with your strongest armaments. You're looking at a Julia Louis or a Bard Louis for your secondary march, which would also be double AoE. So now you got 2 AoE damage marches and a debuff march coming from Sharon and Claude. I would do that. I wouldn't try to look further than that. That gives you enough to work on for the next 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, and gives you a sense of direction. In 3 or 6 months, whenever you get those finished, send me a message again and we can reevaluate it and help build it from there. But that at least gives you something to work on in the meantime when it comes to your heroes and hero pairings. Beyond that, I would finish out your ranged parts to white because you're running all ranged. I would stop with the backpack parts. Backpack parts look nice, but they're expensive. And they're not expensive because they're astronomically better. They're expensive because they impact your infantry and your rider marches as well as your range. So it's naturally going to cost more. But because you're strictly running range marches, you can just invest into your range parts and get a lot more benefit and stats for them at a cheaper price. You can upgrade 2 of these parts for the cost of 1 of them on your backpack, basically. So I would do that. Just take the double benefit. For your refinery, you're looking at attack and damage reduction. Attack damage reduction. You've got a trend going here. If you really wanted to snowball this, because you're at a point where you could still do it and it'd be cheap to do, I would consider doing something like this, where you go heavy into damage and attack, and then lean into like attack or skill damage or whatever have you up top. So you could do attack, you could do like basic attack damage, skill damage, or whatever, but lean into attack and damage in the bottom, and then you'll end up around 12% damage, 30% plus attack just from doing those pieces. And that'll give you a huge compound effect for all of your marches, because you can get this same setup that I have here for ranged with the 12% damage, 30% attack, plus get them all to 20. You could probably build this full set for less than 12,000 gold total, but 12,000 gold is going to get you about 200 purple hones, and I know for a fact that you will not get 2.5 red damage hones plus 6 ranged red hones for one of your marches for 12,000 gold. So you're getting astronomically more stats that's going to apply to all of your marches for far less than you would get on your honing for your one march. So I would do damage, attack, and then attack or skill damage and stuff up top. Snipe some of the pieces. I wouldn't spend more than like say 500 gold on the base piece and then just use the rest to upgrade them, because you can get like 3% damage, 6% attack for pretty cheap. You can also find plus 20 pieces in the store that you can just dismantle. I've been buying them now for 200 or 300 gold max, and I've found a few pieces, and you buy like 5 of those, dismantle them, upgrade all your pieces, and you can get the full set of 20 for like 1,000 gold total. Or yes, 1,000 gold total. Holy moly, guys, give me 1 second. Where we at? Vehicles. So it looks like you are doing. Oh, sorry, I'm on this side. You are doing the focus on the range stuff here, which is fine. What you'll want to do is get this one to tier 3 level 1 first. Then I would get both of these to level 12. So in order, right? Tier 3 level 1 on both of these purples. Tier 3 level 12 on both your ranged. And then get all of your tier 3s to tier 3 level 6. After you do that, you'll get these to 16 and you'll push these to 12. So in order, right? Tier 3 level 1, level 12, level 6, tier 3 level 6 on these four, tier 3 level 16. And that should give you enough to work on for, again, the next 3 to 6 months. Send me a message after you're done with that. We can reevaluate from there. But that'll maximize you getting the most out of your firepower and protection for the minimal amount of spend. And you'll think to yourself, but Z, I'm not getting as much defense and attack, and that's totally fine because we just targeted 30% attack and refinery for a very low amount of gold. We don't really care about missing a few percentage points here because we're already getting it somewhere else, and we're targeting the protection and lethality, or sorry, protection and firepower here, which is the damage multiplier and damage reduction multiplier, right? You want to increase your base stats plus your multipliers at the same time and equally, because that's how you're going to get the most performance out of your account. And also on top of that, for every 100 firepower and 100 protection that you get, you go up 1% squad attack or defense anyways. So it really closes the gap on how much you're missing out on as well. So let's see. So those are those. So we covered heroes, armaments. We gave you direction for equipment, direction for vehicle, direction for your parts. I mean, beasts at this early of a stage for your account, beasts are just a work in progress. I'm not going to take time to critique this because beasts are just something that you're going to acquire more of. You're going to get more copies of them. You're going to get more choice boxes, chip boxes, and things like that. Those things just come with time, right? Even if you're a heavy spender, you still have to wait for the events to pop up. So I'm not going to sit here and critique someone whose account's player ID starts with a 201 on your beast status and beast chipsets. What I will say is that for the time being, just make sure that you're pairing combo with combo, crit with crit, counter with counter, that kind of a thing, which it looks like you are anyways. Other than that, just stack up your other chips, your select boxes and stuff, and figure out if, hey, in the future, I want to play as a rally player, I want to play as a garrison player, whatever. If sorry, I had to sneeze for a second, but it didn't come out. If at some point in time you say, you know what, there is a chance, if you even say there's a chance that you will rally or garrison in the future, what I need you to do is start building a Pango and or a Bull for your rally or garrison stuff. They are not a necessity. They are a requirement when it comes to rally or garrison. So again, if you say that there is even a chance that you plan a rally or garrison in the future, you need to build a gold Pango or a gold Bull, depending on if you're going to garrison or rally, and then you can start building after the fact. But you need to be cognitive of that choice now because you need to know whether or not you're going to build towards those. Because if you are at some point going to build or play one of those roles, you need to start investing in one of those now to get them maxed out ASAP. Firepower stats make that big of a difference, yes. So there are two multiplier stats that come from this game. One of them being, or that are kind of separate than like damage and damage reduction and stuff. One of them is your lethality and block that come from armaments. And you can see here, lethality. The higher that the lethality is, the higher the damage is dealt. When your lethality is greater than the enemy block, additional damage will be dealt. So you stack lethality, you get more damage. You stack block, you get more damage reduction. If your lethality is higher than theirs, you deal bonus damage. If you have higher block than their lethality, you get bonus damage reduction, right? But it's not a true false statement because it says it right here in the first line that even if it's not higher than them, the more lethality that you have and the more block that you have, you're going to get damage, you're going to get damage reduction. The difference is that in Garage, it's a true false statement, right? So with squad firepower, when it is greater than the opponent's squad protection, your squad gains barrage fire, which increases your final damage. Your final damage increases by a higher percentage when your squad firepower exceeds the opponent protection by a greater amount. You see how it has the second part of the same thing that we just read in armaments for lethality and block, but it doesn't have the first part. So what this is saying is that you have to have higher firepower than the enemy protection to get barrage fire. But what it doesn't say is it doesn't say by stacking it to begin with, or no matter what the value is, you're going to get damage or damage reduction. because the only point of firepower and protection is it's a true false statement. It's either true that you have it because you have more firepower than their protection, or it's a false that you don't have it because you don't have higher firepower than their protection, or your protection is higher than their firepower, so they don't have it, right? So the whole point of this is to make sure that you have it as often as possible and make sure that the enemy doesn't have it like as little times as possible, basically, as well. And if they do have it, you want to reduce the gap that they have because it basically goes much stronger the wider that gap is. And same thing in your case, you deal much more damage the wider that gap is. So since this is a true false statement rather than this is true all the time, the scaling of the damage on this is far higher. So it's like you either have it and it's really good and it's extremely good if the gap is wide, or like in lethality and block in armaments, you have it all the time, so the bonus damage or damage reduction that you get isn't nearly as much because it's on all the time anyways. So it does make a huge difference. Yeah. So I know it's a lot of information and I'm sorry to overload you with it, but it is something that's important to understand, because that is one piece that I think not a lot of players pay attention to. They just think that both of them are both lethality and block and firepower and protection are both multipliers, so it's good to get both, and they're equally important. It's equally important in a sense that you want to get lethality and block because it's the only place to get it in armaments, but firepower and protection are important not just because it's the only place to get it, but if you have it and it works, like because you have a higher amount, it really does compound your damage by a higher value or a higher amount. Yeah, no, I'm a fucking nerd, man. I apologize. I don't want to like overload you, but you were at like one of those critical points in your account with how new your account is that it's like the decisions that you make now are either going to cost you down the road, or you're going to spend a lot less now and you're going to optimize your account early and you're going to drive a lot of impact early on, but then down the road too, it'll take you a lot less to get into those upper echelon damage levels and stuff like that, by doing optimization early. So you really want to, yeah, you really want to do it right the first time. Holy cow, my throat got super dry after that speech. Frost and Wow, what the fuck, you're crazy. By the way, hi. How can I get another vehicle? I mean, the vehicles come from collab events. Some of them come from other things. Like I think like you got the Dicky from I don't know how you get but it came from like when Garage first came out. Same thing with these other ones. I think you can still get these other ones. I don't know if you can still get the Dicky. This one you get from one of the packs. You can still buy it anytime. This was the Marco crossover event or collab event. This was the what is that event called? Pacific Rim. The Pacific Rim crossover event or collab event. Oh no, that was, oh no, then this is the Godzilla one. This is the Titan one, or Attack on Titan. I didn't get the what's it called? Ethan event one. I didn't get the Rider one. I didn't really care for the Rider one either. I guess this one's coming next. This is the new one that's coming, which looks like it's pretty range based as well. That's kind of cool though. Actually, that reminds me. You should be able to see the next rain or the next March that's coming out, I heard. Oh yeah, there it is. Iron Striker. That shit's sick. But what does the attack look like though? I don't really care about it just sitting there. Does it kick the ball at them for damage? That's kind of cool. I want to check her. See if she's hot because she's under a blanket. She's good for more medicine, by the way. She's taking 2 naps a day, so she's out of it. Was it bad? Okay. Hey, Amber, you're good to take more medicine, by the way. And give her another 1.5 of those. Huh? Well, that kept her feeder down. I'd just keep going with that for now. Okay, then get the other one. I don't know. That one's just working is all I know. Whatever you want to do. Don't matter to me. Which one vehicle can I buy anytime? I think you can get this one, and this one anytime. So that one, and I think that one you can get anytime. Did you see the soccer player as a troop skin? Is there a troop skin too? Or is it just the squad skin you're talking about? No, it's just a squad skin, right? That thing's kind of cool, though. I can't lie. Is it just kicking the ball that does damage? I want them to put this skin back in the shelter. Once this one comes to the skin store, I'll probably go after it. Probably stack the tickets to get it. This is my favorite March in the whole game, ever since the game, or they started introducing those. Yeah, the World Cup event is probably what it's for, yeah. You're probably right. Did they do a new shelter skin with it as well? I'm sure they did, right? They had to have. No, that's the Eternal Flame one. No. Do they not have a shelter skin for the World Cup? I guess not. Maybe they're only doing purple ones. War Fortress. How did I not get these? What the fuck? Treasure Voyage. How did I not? What the? Okay, whatever. And my last question, since I have 2 cores on Ethan and Bard at the same time, should I keep going for Ethan since I use him, or get Nova and her cores? Ethan is really good to get maxed, and the main reason for that is that Ethan is actually just extremely good for field, garrison, and rallies. He's one of the few heroes in the whole game that is as versatile as he is, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to chase him. But what I would also say is that since you're very early on in your account and you've got so many other things to focus on, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just stack the steals, just stack them and save them for the next range hero that should come out in 2 rotations. So we just got done with the new rider hero, right? We're gonna have one more of the new rider hero, the second round. Then we're gonna go into infantry, a second round of infantry. Then it'll be back to ranged, and that'll be the new ranged rally hero and new ranged field hero as well. So since that one's only about what, like 8 weeks, 10 weeks away, 11 weeks, something like that. It's honestly not that long. Time will fly by, and you already have a lot to work on anyways. I'd probably just stack the steel, because then at that point you can decide, okay, the new hero that came out, I really want him. I think it'll go well with my set and what I'm doing. I can go after that. Or you can say, oh, he doesn't really fit into my playstyle or what it is I want to do, and you still have the option at that time to then pivot and finish out your Ethan or whatever have you. Oh, there's an ambience or whatever, ambience, however you pronounce it, that comes out too. Which one is it? Is it this one? Glorious Contender? No, that's Pompey. Oh, that's sick. What? That's the one that comes from the Glory League? Oh, no, I'm going to have to tell my team to step it up. We're going to need to win this. That thing is sick. Huh? 5:30? 5:40? 4 hours? Is it every 4 hours? Oh, shit. Okay, so then we'll do 6 hours would be 11:30. So we'll just do 6 hours, I guess, then she can go to bed. Okay. 6 hour timer then. I really hope the devs let players get those collab heroes they miss. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. They definitely do need some kind of way to reintroduce it. I don't think keeping them completely exclusive makes much sense, especially for the benefits you get. Sorry for taking your time, dude. No, it's not. That's why I'm doing this. You don't have to worry about taking up my time. It's exactly what this is. That's why it says AR equals Archipelago raid plus account reviews. No, that's what it's here for, brother. Since I started watching, I always tried to teach others with what I learned from you. Thank you for being here. No, happy to help, man. Sorry, what? Yeah, not more than, huh? That's fine, because she only takes 1.5 every 4. So even if, yeah, she's only done one. She's done one today. Because the first part of the day she did her cough medicine, her cold medicine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we just gotta give it to her at 11. I guess maybe it is just the March skin. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. With our luck, they'll introduce something else. Oh shit. Thinking of switching my main Garrus abuse from Bengo pull to Bengo Kyron. Which legendary chips do I want to use for Kyron in this case? When rallying, would Bull Kyron be better than Bull Pango? If so, yes to both. Kyron's support does great. Oh, I can't even spell great. Oh my god, great for rally. Garrison better on rallies because of the combo based beast that Bull. From Kyron still helps Pango a ton. Did you say what chips? I would go for combo chips because Kyron's support needs. You do need combo, right? When the active skill deals damage, when triggering critical hits or combos, yes. Because Kyron's support has a flat percentage chance to deal damage, but 100% if done by crit or combo, and OC physical chips give crit naturally, so the combo would just increase the overall chance for proc rate. Same chips of Kyron as I would for Pango, Kyron, Garrison. Yes, combo chips on Garrison is totally fine. You'll funnel all that bonus damage into the tank rally, multi-rally Garrison, which will offset the damage of the flank rallies. Okay, sorry, we're coming back. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for your input. Always happy to help. Okay. Any advice would be great. Thanks. No problem. This is big. So you're probably running 3 marches in the field. That's a good pair. That pair's fine as well. I'd probably run a Julia Ethan here, or a... Actually, I'd run Spectra and Lynn, Sophie Louis, Julia, Ethan. That way you keep everybody fully awakened, but you have 2 AoE marches and a really good single target tanky march. In terms of armaments, your hones look good. Nothing wrong with those. Yeah, you look good across the board. Ships are a work in progress, but so is for everybody else. I would probably run... I would consider running a Bull plus General Crab here. I would consider running a Saber, a Gold Saber plus a Gold Rhino on another march, and then your last march, I would probably consider running a Purple Jelly and Purple Crab. Purple Jelly, Purple Crab will be your combo march. Gold Rhino plus Gold Saber will be your double crit march. And then your Gold Bull plus Gold Crab will be another combo march. So you have two combo marches and a crit march. I would just pair combo crit crit in those cases. You're running full ranged, so I would take a pause on all these other ones. Just finished out your range ones and then finish out your backpack after the fact. Um, Equipment wise, I mean, these look fine. If you really want to optimize it, I would take the same advice I gave the other person in here and go for damage and attack plus attack or skill damage or basic damage up top. You can get pieces like this that aren't fully built like this, but have damage plus attack, whatever up top for really, really cheap in terms of gold as well. So I would do that. If you can warrant doing that for each of your slots, I 100% would. Um, You've got 10 and 18 here. I would keep those where they are. I would get this one to gold or to tier 3 and then get these three to tier 3 level 6. Push this one to level 16. So your range defense. So I would get these three to gold tier 3 level 6, this to tier 3 level 16, and then push all four of those to level 12 before pushing to level 20 on your ranged ones. So again, in order, 16 here, or sorry, level 6 on here for these three, gold tier 3, level 6, then 16, and then get those to level 12, tier 3. But that's what I would do for yours. Everything else looks good, though. You got a really good foundation. Yes, sir. Happy to help. All right, fam. Any other last minute questions from you guys before I head out of here? It is now 5:45, so I got to get going on dinner. Any other last minute questions or anything? I appreciate you guys hanging out for the last almost 2.5 hours or so. Almost there. Hopefully I'll be able to, or hopefully tomorrow at reset, I'll be able to stream. So we'll, the middle should be a good time. Look, it's shaping up to be a good AR. Our allies tried pushing them twice here. They got pushed back. Gold is fairly strong. They've got they've got some big players like Tandev as a maxed account. They've got other big players, Groob, Killer Claws. They have a couple other big accounts here. Where is it? Is it FLWS? Nope. Where is it? FGL7? Nope. Nope. Call me a liar, I guess. No, they got one. He's pretty up there as well. Can't remember what team they were on. Maybe I'm just overlooking at it. I saw some 300 mil players that had really high kill counts. Maybe because they're an R3 and I can't see their kill counts unless they're R5. But yeah, they have strong accounts here. They pushed back Crimson, so it's shaping up to be a really good fight between Gold and Jade, where we're at. But then Azure, since we haven't really tower fought them yet, it looks like it's going to be like a 1v2 pretty quick. Gold will probably look to push Crimson behind their checkpoint quick. We'll probably look to push Azure, and then it'll be a pretty big fight. So tomorrow's live stream at Reset should be fun. What's next milestone after Workshop 20? After you get to Workshop 20, you can kind of evaluate because at that point, sometimes usually the amount it takes or the amount of time it takes to get there, level 20, and 16, and the rest of them. Sometimes at that point, people will start creating a second troop type march, or maybe you did stick with your same troop type. If you stuck with your same troop type, pushing from 20 to 22 is good. After 22, it gets astronomically more expensive in terms of like the tier 3 blueprints actually. So you can go from 20 to 22, and then from there you can push your 16s to like 18 or 20. But yeah, at 22, like the biggest cost really is the T3 blueprints. It just takes a lot of them. Like let me see here. If I go to garage, 23 to 24 is 310 of them. 22 to 23 is 270 of them. And so I mean you got to think, right? Like that's 310, 310, 310, 300, like it stacks up a lot at that point. So it's mostly the blueprint costs that you run into as a like a speed bump or a roadblock. Yeah. Main troops 22, other troops is 16. Then max out your main troops. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what I'm talking about. You go 22. If your other ones aren't already at 16, they'll be at 16. You can push those to 18 or 20. 20 if you have at least one other march that is those other troop types. You can take those extra couple percentage points. But if you're still strictly solely one troop type, you have a couple ways to go. You can go from 20 to 22, or even push it to 25. Or if you have multiple troop types, you can push it from 20 to 22 and then get that 16 up to like 18 or 20, that kind of a thing. So there's a couple ways you can go about it. It just really depends on what your account looks like in terms of like what you're prioritizing. Take care. Appreciate the streams as always. Yeah, no problem at all, Jelly. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, Jess, tomorrow should be fun. Tomorrow should be fun. Should be a good time. I think should be a good time. Oh shit, that is a lot of them. Thank you. I don't have nearly as many as you, but you can have 10 as well. Oh, I just blocked you. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. Thanks, bro. Been stuck for a while. I will give you your advice. Try. Yep, no worries at all. Big happy to help. Let me know when you message me again, or when you start building. Message me again, and we'll look to reevaluate. Yep, no worries at all, Nor. What chips should I focus on for Garrison as infantry with Pango Draco? I mean, if you have Draco as support, you should get counter chips. If you can do OC chips on your physical, great. If not, just take crit chips on your Pango, but then get counter chips on your Draco. Your Draco and your Pango will naturally give counter from their primary stats, and then the counter from support inherited at 70% or up to 70% will just keep your counter rate up high, and then your crit on your Pango will just allow for all of your leader attacks, your active skills, and your counter attacks to crit more often than not. So all right, fam. I am out of here. I gotta go. I gotta try to think of something to hurry up and try to make for dinner. I got reset in 9 minutes or whatever. Isn't Chainsaw Zombie spawn in 9 minutes as well? So, yep, I gotta go figure it out. So, love all of you as always. You guys know the rule here. Go hug someone, tell them you love them. Life is short. You never know when things will change. Life comes at you fast. The people that we have here today are a blessing. So if you have someone that you can tell that you love them today, I would do it. I think the world, especially in the times that we're in today, is a very good time or opportunity to tell people that you love them. I think there's enough hate and division that's going on in the world as is, and I don't think there's enough humanity, right, going around. No politics, no nothing like that at all. I just think that times are tough for anybody. You can talk about economically, mentally, emotionally, even physically. I mean, just there's a lot of stuff right now, a lot of pressures going on in the world. So, yeah, if you have someone that you can tell that you love them, check in on them, whatever, do it. Go hug them, tell them that you love them, and I will check you guys tomorrow night after reset for the live stream.